Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. I'm super excited to create the new video here today. I hope you guys are having a great day, and let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to go ahead and talk about having a blog for your Shopify store and kind of give you guys a little more details about why I set up blogs for my Shopify store. And for this part of this Shopify series, I am going to make videos for pretty much every single different aspect around, the Shopify store. When I talk about the social media, when I talk about blogging, when I talk about really anything associated with the Shopify store. But it just so happens that here I am today going to talk to you guys about the blog. And today is Monday, January 22nd. In the Philippines, it's currently Tuesday at 12. So my virtual assistant is going to work today. Basically, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So 4 days out of the week for 4 hours a day. And she does a great job. She did some work here before. And she's got a little more work to do. She's definitely got to create some thumbnails, some more articles. But basically, what the blog is for is to gain traffic for our Shopify store. And if you guys are thinking about creating a blog for your Shopify store, stick around for the video. I'll kind of explain the reason why. So I actually plan on putting out more than one video today. Just because I want to, hook you guys up with as much information as possible. And I know not everybody is going to start a Shopify store right away, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I do want to, give you guys as much info as possible. So let's go ahead and real quick, let's go ahead and kind of draw this out. So with the world of blogging, you kind of have I'm going to draw two different streets here, right? So this is a two-way street. Okay, and I'll put 2W, and this is a one-way street. And what I want you to imagine is over here is your Shopify store, okay? So I'll put an S here. And then here is your blog traffic, okay? Our goal is that we want traffic, right, to head into our Shopify store. So we want it to move this way, right? And this is the example as well. We want our traffic to move this way, okay? So in order for us to do that, we could do two things. We can either create a Shopify store, right, and have blogs on the Shopify store itself, or we can create a blog separately. So this one-way street here represents separate, and then this two-way street represents a blog within the store. Okay, a lot of people are probably going to wonder, why on earth would you have a blog separate from your Shopify store? I'll explain that. That's kind of the whole point of this video. Okay, so what I want you to think of it is like this. This is going to be the explanation over here for the blog within the Shopify store. When I have a Shopify store, this is the Shopify store, this is the blog. In the world of e-commerce, the way it will work is traffic, right, will do a search on Google, and they will see my blog articles, and they'll go from the blog all the way up into the store and make the purchase. That's the normal way things go. But there are times when I might be paying for an ad. I might be maybe generating some traffic off of the product alone. Maybe I'm getting some traffic from Instagram, where the traffic first comes in through the store. And then because I have a blog, it creates distraction, and it leads the customer the opposite side of the road, moving in the opposite direction. And then they move over to the blog. And what that creates is, that creates a small fraction of opportunity to lose traffic, to lose valuable traffic. In the same notion, right, we can take the same approach here. If I have a blog where traffic searches for things on Google and they find my blog, they're just simply going to move from the blog to the store. But this is a one-way example. And if customers find a product, right, on Google, and it happens to be my website, there is no option for a blog there. So they're not going to move downwards into the blog. They're just going to keep moving the same direction into the store. There's really no change. If I have a blog accessible on the e-commerce store, it does hinder traffic growth. It absolutely does, because traffic, the whole point of traffic, the whole main function is to convert traffic into customers. And even if I allow 1%, just 1% of traffic to get lost into my blogs and not make a purchase, well, then I'm shooting myself in the foot. The whole point is I want to have my blog off of my website. Now, I know this is not a strategy that everyone shares, and this is certainly not a strategy that I share on all my stores. But on this store specifically, with the way we're creating the Shopify store, the main thing we need to focus on is optimizing for e-commerce conversions. And essentially what a conversion is the whole process that you just saw here. If we take the number of visitors, let's just say 100, right? And we calculate how many of those visitors actually became customers, right? That's the important part here. And so if I get to have, instead of 5 customers, I get to have 6 because I made this small change, then it's all worth it. Because the average order value of one cost of a product, or the average order value, of an order, right? Average order value is going to be higher than the cost to operate the blog. Does that make sense? So what happens is here, we're probably not going to just have one more order, because we're going to generate traffic in large amounts, in hundreds, if not thousands per day. Because we're going to do that, and we're going to pay for ads, and we're going to get blogs, and we're going to do the whole thing, this doesn't convert to just one order or 2 orders. This will be hundreds of orders over the course of a time. In fact, through the whole period of a year, you can make an extra $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 simply because you made small changes. And that's why conversion rate optimization is crucially important. So let's go ahead and start talking about, now that you kind of get the idea as to why one of the reasons I would kind of keep my blog off of my site, let me talk to you guys about another reason. The second reason here is because, and this is kind of almost related to the first one, but the second reason is, if I take customers, or let's just call them visitors for now. If I have a visitor, right, and we'll draw a picture of a visitor here. If the visitor goes straight to the store, that only means one thing. It means they want to purchase, period. Or they're interested, at the very least. They might not want to purchase right away, but they're interested, right? Blessing. It's great. But if the customer, or the visitor comes to my blog, all we know is that they could potentially purchase. We do not know for sure. But the blog, all they have to do is go from the blog to the store. That's an easy way to do that. And we could go in here into the blog and we can make some changes. We can add some banners on the side that promote certain products. We can do a whole bunch of different things. Now, remember, this is why the concept of the niche, when we tie it in, is very valuable to understand. Because if you notice here, my domain name, Exotics Pet Club, could really mean anything. What is an exotic pet? It could be a bird. It could be a dog. It could be a certain kind of fish. It could be a tiger, or even a pet lion, even. And believe it or not, there are people with these kind of animals, right? So for me, the understanding of the niche is crucially important. Why? Because I can take, right, my niche and I can expand on it with time, right? So here, for example, we have about 40, 43, 45, 41, whatever the number is, blog posts on Frenchies. When we take these blogs, these Frenchies, right, and we promote them, well, we're not really promoting them. Google is technically going to do the promotion over a period of months, weeks, and years. When it does that for us, we're going to make sure that we put products in these blogs that promote our store. Do you see what I'm saying? So really what this store is these blogs they are a vector or a avenue to expand our sales or expand our store. And the nice thing is, because they're separate elements, in the case of a sale, if I sell either the website or the blog, I can control for basically a little extra money. If the store was sold by itself, and I'll try to draw a Shopify logo here, the Shopify logo, right? If I sold the store by itself, let's just say I get a 33x monthly return. But if I sold the blog separately, let's say the blog generates let's say an even 15,000 visitors a month, which is not crazy, but let's just say 15,000 visitors a month, I could sell the blog for another 30x what the blog generates. Now, what it generates is dependent on how we set up the blog. We can set it up with affiliate links. And maybe our interest is not really to be an affiliate of our own store, but really what it is a unit of measurement for how valuable the blog actually could be, aside from just the traffic, right? And what we're doing is almost in a kind of like a reality sense, we're almost doubling our income off of the sale. And sometimes a buyer will say, well, I want to buy this store. How does it generate traffic? We have a list of different things. We have social media, we have ads, and then we also happen to have the blog, right? And the blog is the third option. The social media and the ads are going to go with the store. And the reason why we need that is because no investor is going to buy the store without the social media and the ads. If you don't provide that kind of stuff, they're just not going to buy it, because then it's worth nothing, right? The blog is a separate entity, and we can sell the blog separately. We can keep the blog. There's many things we can do, but we can create more revenue. In the same notion, let's just assume we never sell. Well, we can make money off of the blog. We can put ads on the blog. We can have affiliate links. We can sell ad space. There's a lot of things we could do to monetize the blog as a second entity. But remember, the kind of the flow here is essentially this is a river, right? And I'm going to try to draw a picture of a river here. We have a river, right? And the bank, and peep the word bank. I mean bank in a financial term and also in a conceptual term, right? The bank is going to be where we house the money, which is the store. But the flow is the thing that brings the water, or aka the money, to the bank, and the flow is going to be controlled by the traffic. Now, what is going to bring in the traffic? In this case, in one option, the blog is going to bring in the traffic. And we're doing so good with our blogs, and we've been doing this for 7 years, 8 years now. Maybe even, I would say about 8 years now, but we've been doing so good with our blogs that over time, this is going to get traffic. Whether it gets 500 visits a day or 5,000 visits a day, it's going to get traffic. It's going to contribute to sales. So our goal is not really to say, oh, we have to make X amount of dollars. We never put a number on how much we have to make, because remember, we're always diversified. We're never focusing on just one entity to provide us all our income. We're always diversified. We say, listen, we'll do the work and we'll see what it comes out with. If it makes us an extra 1,000 a month, great. If it makes us an extra 20,000 a month, even better. But regardless, as long as it produces, that's the main focus. And as long as it does produce, then we have a barometer of a place where we can iterate and fix things so we can improve the amount it produces. Does that make sense? So this is essentially how to set up the blog for your Shopify store. And this is my opinion, is that you set up the blog website completely separate from the actual Shopify store. It creates the best results long term, and more importantly, the results can be measured a lot easier. Now, don't get me wrong, you can of course measure the results if the blog is on the Shopify store. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. If you're actually looking to place your blog right on the Shopify store, nothing wrong with that either. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Especially if you have no intention of selling your store in the future, trust me, nothing wrong with that. You're making a great move. But if you're going to take away one thing from this whole entire video, is that you can't go wrong setting up a blog for your website, whether it be a separate entity, like how I'm doing it, or it be on the same place, same domain. There's nothing wrong with that either. So you can't go wrong setting up a blog. It's only going to benefit you. All right? I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully this video was beneficial. I am going to create more videos explaining, these explainer videos, the benefits of certain things behind setting up the Shopify store. And then, of course, we're going to dive into actually building it and showing you how it's going to go. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best. I'll see you soon. And I'm actually going to post another video. I think I said this already, but really quickly on a little tutorial. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye.